progress in elephant conservation, exchange in scientific knowledge and management experiences, and strengthen collaborative efforts for securing the future Asian elephants across their range. Yesterday we had elaborate discussions and a lot of insights we got from different states, sir. So although elephants were absent from much of the, as our additional DG told, the elephants were absent from much of the Andhra Pradesh for nearly 2 centuries. The state has witnessed natural recolonization over a past 4 decades through dispersal from the southern and northern landscapes, especially from southern India. This Kuppam and means Chittoor area, there is a funnel-shaped entry, sir. Once they enter into the Andhra, it is very difficult to get back to the Karnataka, sir. This is the problem peculiar problem in Andhra Pradesh. So like that they started coming from Karnataka and means Tamil Nadu for the last 4 decades. Once they come and certain time they entered into Kadapa area also, sir. So Kadapa, once one had entered into Kadapa, and after a lot of crop raids, finally it settled in Shashachalam biosphere area, sir. Now we have a herd of 60 elephants in that area, and migratory herds of around 140 to 150 are there in the Chittoor, the Kuppam and transition point, sir. So this is our main problem, means whatever we come across for our last 4 decades. So our Deputy CM Garu, when he has taken a decision to deal this issue in a compassionate manner. So what sir has done, he has initiated that Hanuman is the brainchild of our Deputy CM Garu, sir. So Hanuman means healing and nurturing units. There is no conflict or any kind of mitigation involved in that acronym, sir. So healing and nurturing units. MAN means monitoring, aid and nursing. So nowhere there is any kind of mitigation, either mitigation or conflict in our acronym. So once sir conceptualized this idea to deal this elephant population in a compassionate way, understand means scientific management, other things. So we have taken a decision to have about 100 rapid response teams, and immediately sir approached our counterpart Karnataka government and got agreed to get 6 kunki elephants, sir. 4 elephants we already got, and 2 I think under process. So again for the northern part, we have a peculiar problem, sir. Some herds, means few herds entered from Odisha. They are basically from Jharkhand origin. So they are also, we have some problem in there. Immediately we have established one elephant camp in Gushmi, sir. So there we moved some kunki elephants to that part, and we are dealing, means whatever yesterday we discussed about this one, we are not driving, we are guiding these wild elephants to their natural habitats. That main purpose is that one only, sir. We are more interested in compassionate treatment to the wild. We are understanding their problem from their side. So recently we captured one elephant from Chittoor area, that also that was trapped in one landscape, means agricultural landscape. It is not unable to move from that side, and day by day its health is deteriorating. Immediately 20 days we provided all food, everything to that elephant, even though it was a rogue elephant. And when we sent this our kunkis to that site after 20 days, immediately they without any resistance it moved with that head. So that was the kind of Hanuman teams are working in our area, sir. So the increasing interface between the elephant habitats and human-dominated landscapes has made human-elephant conflict one of the major conservation and management challenges. Addressing this challenge requires a balanced approach that integrates ecological understanding, scientific management, community participation, and interdepartmental coordination. Accordingly, Andhra Pradesh Forest Department has adopted a comprehensive management framework focusing on habitat improvement, conflict mitigation, and technology-enabled monitoring. Initiatives such as that artificial intelligence-based surveillance, thermal drones, Gaja Praja mobile applications for early warning systems, and rapid response, what we discussed is Hanuman initiative, elephant trackers and kunki elephant operations, elephant-proof trenches, all those things we have taken up, sir. These efforts are supported by continuous habitat management, research, monitoring, and stakeholder management. Today's program is particularly significant as it brings together policy makers, administrators, scientists, and field officials on a common platform. So during this event, we shall also release several important publications, including the Regional Action Plan for Southern India, publication of commemorating 30 years of elephant conservation in India and our knowledge products that will contribute to the evidence-based elephant management in the country. We will also recognize the contributions of frontline personnel and participants through the Gaja Gaurav Awards. I take this opportunity to place on record our sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Government of India, particularly the Project Elephant Division, for extending continuous guidance and support to the states in strengthening the elephant conservation. I also acknowledge the cooperation extended by the neighboring states, particularly Karnataka, MP, Maharashtra, and research institutes, conservation organizations and local communities whose partnership remains indispensable. I am confident that today's deliberations and the forthcoming steering committee meeting will provide valuable guidance for strengthening the elephant conservation policies and promoting greater coordination among the elephant range states. I once again extend my warm welcome to all the distinguished guests and wish the program very success. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I invite Secretary MOE of CC,
Sri Tanmay Kumar IAS, sir, to please come forward and address the gathering.
Thank you, PCCF and Hoff, sir. I would now request the Director General of Forests and Special Secretary, Government of India, to kindly address the gatherings.
Thank you. Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change, Government of India. Honorable Deputy CM, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Government of India. Principal Secretary, Forest, Government of Andhra Pradesh. ADG Wildlife, PCCF, Andhra Pradesh. Esteemed guests who have come from various states, the Chief Wildlife Wardens of the states, Director WI, the senior officials from the Ministry, ADG FC, ADG NTCA, CEO Kempa, and I see a lot of dignitaries in the audience, but I cannot, I would use a generic thing. There's all the people who are concerned for the welfare of elephants who have gathered here. I would begin by thanking the Government of Andhra Pradesh for hosting all of us to this wonderful event. As ADG Wildlife mentioned, we are having event after event last 5 years. And I have been fortunate to attend 3 programs in a row. And this program is also one of the finest programs which has been organized by the Government of Andhra Pradesh. Elephant, as we know, is a very, very important species. This is the keystone species, is the umbrella species, and this species, the survival of this species basically signals a lot of good things about our forest. The states which are having the population of elephants, they should be complimented on this day for the efforts which they have put in, because managing elephant population is not an easy task. In India, we have a special responsibility because we have almost 60% of the Asian elephant population and some of the finest elephant landscapes, as were mentioned by previous speakers, like the Nilgiri landscape, one of the finest landscape. And we all are custodian of those landscapes and we are managing them well. On this day, I would like to mention a few things which the ministry has done, which the Project Elephant Division has done, and last maybe 1 or 2 years. We all know that Project Elephant was launched in the year 91-92, and it had got 3 basic objectives. One was protection of elephants, their habitats and the corridors. Then the second one was the mitigation of human-animal conflict. And third one was the welfare of captive elephants, which is a very important subject for all of us, because we all know we also have a very substantial population of captive elephants in our country. If I begin with the recent developments which have happened, the first thing I would like to mention here, the All India Synchronized Elephant Estimation. This kind of estimation was a highly scientific and very sophisticated exercise which involved the DNA-based mark recapture methodology, which happened for the first time in our country. And it involved analysis of some 22,000 dung samples which are collected from all over the country. Director WI should also be complimented for the same, because he was also instrumental along with the ministry. He also kept pace and involved his team. The entire team did a wonderful job. And because of this methodological change, the figure gave us a new baseline based on a very, very scientific database. Secondly, we also did the DNA profiling of captive elephants, and we uploaded that information in the Gaj Suchana platform, which strengthened the identification, traceability, and welfare of captive elephants, and a lot of malpractices which were happening in that area were stopped. As Pandeyji mentioned, the regional action plans. We all know that elephants is an animal of landscape. It doesn't know the state boundaries. It has to move, it has to survive, and it has to migrate. So a new direction in the management of elephant population was given with preparation of regional action plans for elephant conservation. And it also involved a very, very critical thing, that was human-animal conflict, which was so prominent and which was something which was a challenge before all of us. So these regional approaches have already been introduced for two major landscapes. One is the southern India landscape, and the other one is northeastern India landscape, and which recognizes that these regional approaches should ensure the habitat restoration and coordinated response to conflict. So you can say that next generation of elephant conservation, the efforts of ministry and all of you, they have moved from state-wise management to landscape and regional management. I would also like to mention the human-animal conflict here, because there are a lot of issues which have been a challenge before all of us, like the habitat fragmentation, the loss of connectivity, the expansion of agriculture and settlements, and most importantly, the availability of attractive crops for the elephants, which they prefer. And this changing land use pattern and the development of infrastructure, which is coming up at a very fast pace, has given us a more difficult task. The burden of conflict, we must appreciate here, is also not evenly distributed. There are certain landscapes which are having very, very disproportionate human casualties, despite having relatively small elephant populations. I think you all know a lot of background about this, so I would not be going deeper into this. So now the objective is, it has shifted from driving away the elephant from villages to understand the underlying cause of conflict and create safer and predictable movement pathways. So these elephant corridors, we have a lot of elephant corridors, 150 elephant corridors, where there is a lot of demand that this should be legally recognized. But at least the corridors have been identified, and these corridors have given us a good ground to work on their protection and their management. Thirdly, I would like to mention that we have also gone ahead and done a very novel thing. Because we know that infrastructure is coming up at a very fast pace, we are a developing country, and a lot of things we have to do under this thing. So the infrastructure related issues are to be handled in a very scientific manner. You would be happy to know that last year, the ministry took a decision that whatever road alignments, whatever rail alignments are coming up in the country, there should be a technical team who should look into that alignment at the very beginning, at the project formulation stage. And the WI plays a very, very important role in that because they have devoted some of the very competent faculty members, their scientists who basically get in touch with NHAI and railway people and all those people who are involved in development of linear projects, and they guide them that which could be the best kind of alignment which can be adopted so that it doesn't result into conflicts any further. So these 3-4 things have been done very, very recently. I would also like to mention here the critical railway stretches which have been identified in the country. There are probably 77 in number, and we have also recommended lot of mitigation structures. 705 is the number. The most prominent one, probably you all have visited Dehradun in the very recent past. You might have seen the elevated highway which connects Dehradun and Mohan. In the end, I would also like to mention the communities, because Project Elephant puts a lot of emphasis on community involvement, and we always make it a point that the communities who are contributing towards elephant conservation should be recognized, and they should also be empowered. So these communities, the Gram Sabhas, the frontline staff, the traditional knowledge holders, they are recognized, and probably, not probably, I know that is happening after this. We also recognize the staff who have contributed to this. Not to forget the management of captive elephants, because elephant conservation also includes welfare of captive elephants. There are states who are with us today, like the state of Tamil Nadu, the state of Kerala, who have done wonderful work in DNA profiling and managing these populations. So we can say that the future of elephant conservation wouldn't depend on the sheer numbers. We won't be like patting on our back by the strength of numbers only. We should basically look at our performance, that how secure the landscapes are, how lesser the conflicts are. So that is the actual thing we should be looking at and we should be focusing at. And I'm sure all of you who have come from far corners of this country, they very well understand the significance of this particular thing. And you all are putting your sincere efforts in these directions. So I would compliment and congratulate all of you for the work which you have done, and I wish all the success in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those words. It is this encouragement which drives us on a daily basis towards working towards elephant conservation. Thank you so much, sir. I'd now like to invite Shri Tanmay Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, to deliver his address. So.
Honorable Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh Ji. Honorable Deputy CM, Shri Konidala Pawan Kalyan Ji. My colleague in the Ministry, DG Forest, Shri Sushil Awasthi Ji. ADG Wildlife, Shri Ramesh Pandey Ji. Shri Kanti Lal Ji, Principal Secretary, Environment and Forest, Government of Andhra Pradesh. PCCF, Dr. P.V. Chalpati Rao, all the esteemed dignitaries present today in the audience, children from various schools, forest guards, community representatives, chief wildlife wardens, and all those who have gathered here today on the occasion of World Elephant Day. It is a proud moment for all of us, and I take this opportunity by complimenting Government of Andhra Pradesh and Deputy CM who is present here today for hosting this function in Andhra Pradesh, which has emerged as another habitat for elephants. Thank you, sir, for hosting this program and for bringing together various stakeholders today under one common roof. I take this opportunity to also compliment all those who have been involved in, conservation of elephants, protection of their landscape, protecting the captive elephants, and all those, right from the forest guard to the community representative, to the veterinary doctors, to all those who have been really, involved in this effort. And to add to this, the innovative program of Hanuman, which I was just mentioned by PCCF, that is another healing touch to the elephant conservation. I again compliment Government of Andhra Pradesh for taking this initiative. I also take this opportunity to thank all the children who participated in huge numbers. I am told that more than 20,000 schools participated, more than 20 lakh children participated, and the awareness that it must have generated across this country deserves a round of applause. I think children, when they get involved in anything, they do so with utmost sincerity, and they involve the parents, the neighborhood, and the awareness it creates about wildlife, habitat, and their conservation and preservation would go a long way in upholding our rich tradition and culture. Our culture has always taught us to treat the world as one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is our motto, is our innate nature. We have welcomed not only, people from different walks of life, from different cultures, tradition in our country, and they have got assimilated and become one. We have welcomed the various wildlife. They symbolize different, vehicles for different gods, goddesses. And that is our tradition. Our tradition is to live in harmony with nature. Our tradition is to respect nature. And World Elephant Day reminds us again of that rich tradition and culture. The importance of elephant is something that we have all, ever since our childhood, we have always, respected, revered. We have always looked up to Lord Ganesh, to elephant as a very good omen, as Ramesh Pandeyji mentioned. And there's one shlok in Sanskrit, which I'll just, read out for you. Gaja Shakti Matam Shrestho, Gaja Shaures Karanam, Gaja Kirti Karo Nityam, Gaja Saubhagya Vardhana. Among the mighty, the elephant is supreme. It represents courage, strength, glory, and prosperity. And that is one wildlife, one animal which we have always, always welcomed. And in our childhood days, from those who have not seen elephant in the wild, to see elephant walking down the street itself, evokes a lot of positive sentiments. So where are we in conservation of elephants? Where have we gone wrong? Have we gone wrong? Is it a time to introspect? Is this day reminding us of our duties towards this important species? Are we reminded of the constitutional obligations, our duties under the fundamental duties, the directive principles of state policy which enjoins upon us to protect the environment? In our day-to-day lives, how much time do we actually devote to protecting nature, to protecting the environment? These are issues that we need to ponder. While, as DG Forest has mentioned, we host 60% of the Asia's elephant, the total world's wild elephant population. There are 33 elephant reserves and 150 corridors. So basically, what has happened is, over a period of time, as we have progressed, as we have a dream of becoming a developed nation by 2047, the Viksit Bharat dream of becoming a developed nation by 2047, we also must remember that we have to attain that excellence in the field of environment conservation, ecological excellence also. As Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned often, that economy and ecology needs to grow together. Prakriti and Pragati need to go together. And our Honorable Minister in various forums has already mentioned all this. We are missing him today on this occasion because of his important schedule. He could not come here. But often he has also reiterated the same thing. So it is not one against the other. Development is not at the cost of environment. Environment is not at the cost of development. Sustainable development needs to take both in its stride. And it pains us to see that elephants get killed, not because of anything that we do, but because of our planning process. The accidents, we have lost around 80 elephants over the past 4 years in train accidents. We have introduced technologies to prevent such accidents, but then there's a lot more to be done. So while we have made strides, what needs to be done is what needs to be, remembered and absorbed and implemented in our action plan. And to that extent, the regional action plan that has been thought of to protect the landscape across all the 14 range states is a welcome step. Today, as ADG Wildlife mentioned, we'll be releasing 4 such regional action plans. So we are talking about protection of our corridors, because elephants would move from one place to the other in search of their own food, water, and habitat. Then as they move, we need to make these corridors a livable place for them. And for that, we need to look into the various aspects of habitat conservation that is important. So corridors need to be protected. Then our infrastructure projects that we undertake need to be made sensitive to wildlife, more so for such elements which are always on the move. So it is in their home that we are entering with roads, entering with railway network, entering with transmission lines, entering with water supply projects, entering with pipelines. So basically we are fragmenting their habitat. So whose duty it is to protect? It is our duty to see that when the actual inhabitants of those places, they move, our infrastructure doesn't come in their way. Our infrastructure facilitates such movement, and that is what we need to do. And for that, the technology that we have, the radio collars that we have, the early warning systems that we have, the GPS system that we possess, the infrared cameras that we can use, make use of, all those things are basically tools to enable the elephant to move peacefully, calmly from one place to the other, and we must welcome them. And for that, we need to move to the community. If the community is, welcoming in nature, if the community knows that the elephants will come, we need to take care of them through this method, just as we take care of our guests at home, then the world will be much better place to live in. The community will enjoy the movement of elephants. The community will welcome them, and there will be peaceful coexistence. But for that, we need to also develop the landscape. So landscape-based approach is what has been emphasized. Since 1992, we have been implementing Project Elephant, and for that, we have come to a stage when we now have a holistic vision, the range states. Then they need to develop the landscape for elephant movement. And for that, one step further would be to actually build the capacity of a frontline conservation workforce, the forest guards, the veterinary doctors, the Mahavats who take care of the captive elephant, to provide them timely relief. So the approach today, and which is timely, is to move from only species conservation to the actual landscape-based conservation efforts. From stopping calling it at man-animal conflict, because animal is not in conflict. Animal is where it was. We have come in conflict. So we need to move from this approach towards a paradigm shift and call it a peaceful coexistence of man and animal. So we need to live peacefully and coexist together with elephants and with other wildlife. So this is the theme with which we should go back and work on our approach and see that we need not get afraid, we need not get panic by the presence of wild animals, but we need to see how best we can develop their habitat so that they can live peacefully and we can also live peacefully. The country can progress and the world can see a model of development which is not one against the other, but which is one with another. With these words, I thank the organizers of today's function and the government of Andhra Pradesh for organizing this function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the criticalities and challenges in elephant conservation, and the steps you have put forth will definitely assist the entire gamut of people who are here in managing elephants across the landscapes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the releases. I would first request the Honorable Minister of State and Honorable Deputy CM Andhra Pradesh to release the document titled 30 Giant Steps. This particular document highlights the various initiatives taken by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change towards securing the future of our elephants. Sir, if you could please release these documents. Thank you, sir. Our next document for release is the Regional Action Plan for the Southern Indian states, as has been highlighted by all the previous speakers. This is an important document which will help in securing our elephant populations in the Southern Indian landscape. Sir. I would now request the dignitaries on the dais to release a very innovative and novel document, a special issue of the Journal of Wildlife Science, as well as a monograph which is published in the Journal of Wildlife Science. And I will also request which all students are waiting for. I would like to first announce the results of the National Painting Competition. Unfortunately, the students could not join us today, but we would be showcasing their pictures they made, sir. The first prize goes to Hari Paran of Shri Aurobindo Mira School, Tamil Nadu. So you can appreciate the painting which was made. The second prize in this series goes to Aditi Behera of Odisha. A big round of applause, please. The first prize in this series goes to Ujan Chattopadhyay from West Bengal. Thank you. Our next category of awards is for the local level competition which was held here. The award was judged in two categories from classes 6 to 8, and the second category was class 9 to 12. I'll first announce the class 6 to 8 category, in which the third prize goes to G. Niharika. So if you can please come on stage to receive your prize from the Honorable Ministers. Announcing the Gaj Gaurav Awards. As you are all aware that this award has been instituted by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change last few years and has been given on the occasion of World Environment Day every year. The first Gaj Gaurav Award goes to late Shri Jubal Nayak posthumously.
Today is a proud day for Andhra Pradesh. For the first time, our state is hosting the national level World Elephant Day celebrations in coordination with the Project Elephant Division of the Government of India. I sincerely thank Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Bhupendra Yadavji, for giving Andhra Pradesh this opportunity and for his continued support all the time. My heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Chief Minister Sri Chandrababu Naidu Garu for making this happen. And I also welcome Honorable Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Shri Kirtivardhan Singh Ji. And also in the chat, I realized he's also handling another portfolio for external affairs. And handling two ministries is quite a tough job, I could see that. And I would like to thank you, sir, for giving your time in such a short notice amidst your hectic schedule. And I would like to welcome Secretary Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Shri Tanmay Kumarji. And I welcome Director General of Forest, Special Secretary, Government of India, Shri Sushil Kumar Ashwaji. I would like to welcome Additional Director General of Forest, Government of India, Shri Ramesh Pandeyji. And I would like to welcome Principal Secretary Environment and Forest Department, Government of India, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Kantilal Dande ji. I'd like to welcome Principal CCF and Chief Wildlife Warden, Shri P.V. Chilpatra garu. And I'd like to welcome Inspector General of Forestry, Vaibhav Mathur ji. And I also extend my warm greetings to the additional secretaries. I'd like to check. Also, I'd like to extend my warm greetings to the additional secretaries, joint secretaries, senior representatives and authorities of the Government of India, PCCFs and chief wildlife wardens from various states, senior forest and wildlife officers, wildlife experts, scientists and researchers from the Wildlife Institute of India and other institutions, representatives of NGOs, conservation organizations and all other distinguished guests present here today for the national level World Elephant Day celebrations 2026. I also welcome members of the media and everyone watching, joining us through various media platforms. Elephants are a symbol of India's wild heritage. They are the guardians of our forests, custodians of our ecological balance, and a living connection to our national legacy. Under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, India has strengthened its commitment to elephant conservation